Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a voiceover, so I'm just going to walk you through what I'm doing. I already have one eye done, so I'm going to be doing the other eye on camera with you. So I am using my Norvina Volume 4 palette. I'm taking the bright yellow shade, which is D2, and I'm applying that one all over my crease area. I did use my P. Louise base to prime my eyelids. This is going to make these eyeshadows look as vibrant as possible, especially if you're using neon shades like I am. You can use any eye primer that you have, and in the end it should look like a nice sweep of color just like this. So next I'm taking a light brown shade, which is A4. I'm just popping this right over the neon yellow that I used. Don't worry if it starts to look a little bit messy. We are going to be going in with concealer to clean it all up in the end. Here I switched over to Norvina Volume 1. I dipped into the darkest shade, which is D5, and I'm basically just applying this right over the first two shades that I applied. Once we get to the step where we cut the crease, this black shade is what's going to make everything look so much darker and so much more sharp. At this point, I felt like I had lost the vibrancy of the neon yellow eyeshadow, so I just dipped back into my neon eyeshadow and I'm applying it all over the perimeter of the black eyeshadow. You're going to notice that this is going to really soften up the look. It's going to make it less dramatic and less harsh. Next, you want to take any concealer on a really thin flat brush so you can cut your crease. I'm sorry that I was bending too low down into my mirror, that the camera didn't pick this up as good as I wanted it to, but this is what you should be left with in the end. So I'm going into the shade C1 in the Norvina 1 palette. This is a very matte, super bright, opaque white. I'm applying this all over to my lid where I applied my concealer when I cut my crease. This is going to be giving me a very bright base for the cheetah print that we're going to be applying next. Make sure you try to make it as even as possible throughout your entire eyelid and that there's no uneven spots. Take your favorite black liquid liner and give yourself a really nice wing. You guys have seen me do this so many times, so I skipped it. I'm also creating the cheetah print. All you want to do is create small C shapes. You also want to add small dots in no specific order. Try to be as random as possible. So next comes the fun part. I'm taking a gold pigment and some setting spray. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter, and I'm just mixing them together and filling in the C shapes that I created to fill in the cheetah print. You can use any color you want. I used gold. So this is what mine looked like in the end. Keep in mind that everybody's going to look different. You can do them bigger, you can do them smaller, you can do rainbow shades, anything that you want. Next, I'm using the Cake Liners by Anastasia. I'm taking the neon yellow and I'm just applying it straight into where I cut the crease. This is also why you don't have to perfect your crease because you are going to be covering it with this liner. I'm just using a thin eyeliner brush and I found that these work best if you apply them in layers. So let it dry and then apply another layer. I'm finishing up my eye look with the Anastasia So Hollywood lashes. These lashes are very thin, very easy to use. They feel very soft. They don't feel plastic or hard at all. I apply these lashes with my favorite black lash glue. I always use a black lash glue when I'm wearing eyeliner just so that it can morph into my liner. If you're not wearing liner that day, you can go ahead and use your transparent lash glue. So in a small separate tray, I took a little bit of my P. Louise base, I mixed it up with some neon pigment, and this is what I applied into my waterline. I don't recommend that you do this if you're wearing contacts like I am. It was very uncomfortable. Try to apply your contacts after you're done with all of your makeup. I'm going back into the shade D5 and I'm applying this to my lower lash line. This is going to give your lash line more darkness and depth. It's also going to appear as if your eyelashes are so much fuller. I'm applying my favorite mascara, which is the They're Real Mascara by Benefit. Just to save a little bit of time, I did my foundation off camera. I used the Luminous Foundation by Anastasia. I used my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and some MAC Studio Fix powder. Here, I'm just taking my Anastasia Snowflake Loose Highlighter. I apply it to the very tops of my cheekbones and sometimes I apply it to my nose and to the top of my cupid's bow. This is a very bright highlighter. I've always been into bright highlighters. If you want something a little bit more subtle, go ahead and use that. Next, I'm applying my lip liner. I usually overline the perimeter of my lips just to give me more of a pouty effect. So I just chose to go with a dark nude lip just because it's not going to take away too much attention from my eyes. I know that I do have a lot going on my eyelids, so I didn't want it to clash with my eyeshadow. With the same lip liner, I'm slowly bringing it downwards onto my lips. This is going to help for the lipstick that I'm about to apply to last longer, and it also will help it blend easier. I'm using a beautiful nude Dose of Colors lipstick. This is in the shade Butterscotch. It was so creamy and it actually has a really nice scent to it. I got this in my BoxyCharm and I was so excited to get this. I'm blending it in with my lip liner just so that there's less of a harsh line. Once you've achieved that ombre effect on your lips, you are completely done. This is the final look. I really love how this turned out. This actually inspired me to do more creative looks on my channel. If you guys like this, please let me know. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video.